Often known as the ballet of martial arts, the highly sophisticated sport of Savate is also a powerful form of kickboxing. Savate is derived from the street fighting techniques of the 18th century, and the name itself is due to the fact that the practitioner wore a special type of shoes. Savate is not only another style of kickboxing, but a national French sport. Originally used by sailors in Marseille, this creative blend of self-defense and sport rapidly became popular throughout France. There were originally two different styles, le chausson marseillais and la savate parisienne. Both mainly use kicks and very basic hand techniques. In 1845, Charles Lecourt decided to integrate English boxing skills with savate kicking skills to create Boxe Française. In 1865, the French army began teaching savate as part of its physical education program. In the end of the 19th century, the rules and regulations for savate were created by Maître Charlemagne, and it is from this that the contemporary rules of the sport were derived. Today, savate is practiced internationally by both women and men, adults and children alike. Over 18 countries participated at the last World Championships. The ongoing popularity of the sport is due to its ability to provide a complete physical workout while sharpening the senses and teaching an effective form of self-defense. The combat techniques of savate create quick reflexes while at the same time maintain a peaceful, poised and relaxed attitude. The combination of these elements makes the practitioner ready to face the reality of modern life. Hi, I'm Nicola Saignac, 1988 former French Cup winner, and I want to explain and show you the basic techniques of savate and some sparring rounds. Let's start with the stance and the footwork, and the reason is very simple. It's to adjust your distance in front of your partner, to touch with your hands and your leg extended, and also to evade from your partner. So what we will do with Claudia, we're going to start with the stance. Okay, I want Claudia to bring the hands to protect the face on each side of the face and the elbows closer to the body to protect your body. To reach your opponent, I want you to step forward first with your left leg leading and being on your toe, just to be more dynamic. Okay, when you want to go back from your partner, you have to go backward, so I want you to go backward. Okay, very good. You can move on the left also when you have a partner moving in front of you. When you start on the left, you start with your left leg leading. When you have to go back on the right, your right leg has to lead and your left leg is following, sliding on the floor. Okay. You can also turn around your partner, which gives you some time to adjust your distance and wait for a good opportunity to touch. So I want you to move around in circle on the left side first and come back on the right side. Okay, and the other way now. Okay, very good. And from this position, I want to go through the jab. The jab is a straight form using your leading arm to go and try to set up your distance. So I want Claudia to step forward and give a jab using the two first knuckles and your wrist straight, extending your arm as much as you can and keeping your shoulder up to protect your chin. So I want Claudia to step forward and give a jab. Okay, another one. Okay, very good. You can also give the jab going backward. Okay. Okay. Another punch is a cross, which use exactly the same straight form, but instead of giving it with your leading arm, you're using your rear arm. So, okay, make sure you keep it straight and make sure you bring your shoulder up also to protect your chin. So go again. Okay, very good. Okay, these were two punches to the face. You can also go to the body you have to use exactly the straight form. The only difference will be the level, of course, and the fact that you have to bend your legs to take your gravity center down. So I want Claudia to give me a jab to the body. Okay, and now cross. Okay, very good. And now, from the same position, another hand technique, using the form in the same frontal plane, but now, instead of having your palm facing down, I want you keep your palm facing up and using a straight form also. So from this position, I want Claudia to step on the left and give an uppercut and coming up to the face. Okay. Make sure that you don't open your arm at all, but you keep it as much as you can to protect your face. So from this position, just play on your legs, come down on your legs and come back up. Okay, very good. So you can do it with the right also. Okay, so this is a close range punch, very interesting to get inside your partner guard. Okay, when you go to the body, the only difference will be that you don't come back up so much with your hand, but you just open your arm a little more and try to push with your hip to get some more power. Okay, same thing with the right one. Okay. Okay, and now another punch technique. Instead of giving it in the frontal plane, that will be a technique using a circular motion. So you start from your stance, and I want Claudia to use the same two first knuckle, the wrist straight, but bringing the hand on the side, twisting the body, and only twisting the body. Okay. So you twist your body all the way. You can also, to make it easier, lifting up your elbow a little bit, and make sure you pivot your body and turn your shoulder all the way. Okay. I want Claudia to go left and right hook. So left hook to the face and right hook to the face. You can see that Claudia is pivoting her shoulders all the way. And when you go to the body, same idea. You just bend your legs down and keep your hands up and protect your face as much as you can, still bringing your shoulders to protect your chin. So I want Claudia to go left hook and right hook to the body. And now another form of punch using the same circular motion, but the difference between the swing that we're going to see and the hook is that the swing is much wider than the hook is. So I want Claudia to land the shoulder all the way in front and extend her arm as much as she can, so she will be able to reach further forward than she can with the hook. So extend your arm all the way and make sure you land your shoulder and pivot your hips also. To give you more chances to touch your partner, you have to use these punches in combinations. And I want Claudia to go back through all techniques, double each of the punches. So Claudia, we go through all techniques, and you double jab, double cross, double left uppercut, double right uppercut, double left hook, double right hook, and double left swings, and double right swings. Okay, I want Claudia to go through a combination now, using all these punches. On the punches techniques, the arm is just used to finish the motion and gain the distance. To make it more effective and use different muscular groups, the power come up through the floor. Start from your feet to your hips, to your shoulders, to have your arm finishing the movement. Now we will show you the first kick techniques. The first one is the fouette. What you have to do is to position your hip first, to have your hip sideways at the impact. Also, the second thing that you have to do is to have your leg extended and touch with your toes. So first time, I want Claudia to position her hip sideways, Elevate the knee on side, like this, and extend the leg and come and touch the solar plexus. Okay, very good. You bring it back, and you start again. Okay, very good. Same thing with the right leg. I want Claudia to touch the rib now. Okay, and make sure that you have a full extension of your leg. If you want to get some more power, what you will have to do is to play with your hips a little more and try to use your abs and your lower back to make it more powerful. So when you're pivoting, I want you to use your hips a little more. Okay? Yeah, go. Okay. 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 When you want to kick to the low level, what you have to do, like, it's exactly the same idea that for the punches. You just have to bend your supporting leg to take to your gravity center lower. So Claudia, I want you to do the same thing. First kick, left leg inside, and second one, bring your leg back and give me outside. Okay, again. Okay. Next kick will be a lateral chassé. Your hip is still going to be sideways like for the fouette. The difference will be the preparation. Your knee has to come up to your chest, and you have to use your heel to kick with. So I want Claudia first time to pivot the hip on the side, bring your knee up, pivot, and use your heel. Okay, very good. Do it again. Very good. With the right leg, same thing. Okay, make sure that you bring your knee to your chest. Very good. And the reason is very simple. The more you prepare it, the more you bring it up, the more extension you got and the more power you got. So you can do the same thing now. I want you to go low level and make sure that you bend your supporting leg. Okay, very good. Again. Yeah, same thing with the leg. Perfect. Again. Following kick is a frontal chassé, like same name, same form. The only difference will be that you don't position your hip sideways regarding your partner, but you keep your hip facing your partner. So it means that you're going to kick with your heel. For the chassé, whether it is lateral or frontal roll, make sure that you use your heel and this part of your heel and not the ball of your foot. But you bring your knee up and you keep your hips facing your partner. Okay, same thing. At the end, what I want to do when you extend your leg, I want Claudia to use hips, abs, and lower back to make it more powerful. There we go. Okay. And of course, you can give it to the leg also, which is very interesting in a short range combination. Following kick, we keep the hips facing your partner, and we're going to go through the frontal reverse kick. I want Claudia to use the outside of your foot and to describe a big circle. So we're going to start with the right leg, and I want Claudia to make impact on my hand. Left leg, again, and again. 3 more different kind of kicks. They still calling reverse kick, but now instead of having your hip facing your partner, you have to bring your hip sideways while you're extending your leg. So I want Claudia now to start and using exactly the same form than for the frontal reverse kick, but using the ball of your foot of her right leg to touch my hand, describing a big circle. Okay, so this one is called leg extended. Okay, left leg. The second form of lateral reverse kick is a reverse fouette. I want Claudia to use the same form that she just did before. Instead of keeping the leg extended, as soon as she hit the target, I want keep a knee to stay in front of the target, and it's going to be my hand, and a lower leg going back, and eventually going back with a fouette. So let's start with the right leg. Okay, make sure you hit the target. Okay, very good. And bring your leg back. Very good. Same thing with the left leg. Last form of reverse kick. This is called group. Basically, the reason is you prepare it exactly like a chassé. Instead of using your heel, you use the ball of your foot. So you prepare it like a chassé, and this is pretty much a straight form. What you need to do is to snap it and whip it when you touch, something like this. But you do it with your leg. So I want Claudia to use the right leg and touching the inside of my left hand. Okay, very good. Same thing with the left. Very good. Last form of kick, typically from Savate, they are called coup de pied bas, and that means low kicks. And they are given from your knee all the way down to your ankle. The first that you use is a straight form, and you need to use the first third of your inside foot, this part, with your leg extended, of course. So the first form will be straight, just to hit. Claudia. Again. Okay, and the second form is circular to sweep. So you have to give the second form on your ankle. Inside or outside. Again. These two forms of kick are very interesting in a short range combination. We will show you with Mark the different possibility of defense, the defensive skills, which include parries, blocks, cover, and escapes with appropriate techniques. So I want to start with a jab with Mark. And what I will do from the starting position, I'm just blocking the jab with my hand open. Another possibility on the jab is to slip on the outside of the jab. So I want Mark to give me the jab, and I cut the way on the side. Same possibility on the cross. A cover for the hook, you just cover on the side. Same thing on the right. Another possibility is to escape, and this is called bob and weave. So I want Mark to start with the left hook. You switch your weight from one leg to the other one and come back up. Same thing on the right. For the kicks, the easiest thing to do on the fouetté would be just to cover like you did for the hook to the face. So you make sure you keep your elbow against your body and you take with your forearms or your arms. Same thing possible on the right. Make sure you take it with your arm. Okay. Another possibility is a parry, and you go against the kick. So on a fouetté also, you start with the left, just open my hand and twist my body to go against it. Same thing with the right leg. Try as much as you can to take it with the palm of your hand. Here we go. Another possibility on the chassé this time would be to just block with your forearms. So on the lateral one, just absorb it and go back. Okay, another possibility is to push it down from the same position. Just push it down with your hand and try to use just one, so you have one hand to protect your face. Another possibility, and I want Mark now to use his right leg with a lateral chassé, it's just to pull what we call a scoop. So you keep one hand is protection, you grab the heel and push and make Mark turn all the way. Make sure you keep this hand to protect yourself. And as a possibility, which is possible on the jab and cross, but I won't show it with a reverse, frontal reverse, is just evading and leaning back. Keep your hands up and just take your head away and lean back a little bit. Make sure you come back. And to escape the coup de pied bar, the easiest thing to do would be just to, for a straight one, to take your leg up and out of the way. And for a sweet coup de pied bar, just to absorb it and make sure you don't have any weight on this leg, so it's not going to hurt, but you let it go. The defensive skills previously shown are not only made for defense, but more importantly to set up and corner attack. So with Mark, we will show you some pre-arranged drills using some techniques and some appropriate defensive skills. So Mark will film me with a jab, stepping with a jab. I just block and step at the same time while I'm giving the jab. This time, Mark is going to attack with a double jab. I block the first one, and I jab body on the second one. This time, we'll see a combination with Mark using a jab cross and blocking and returning single jab. This combination will be a jab, cross, jab, and cross using a defensive situation to corner. Next combination will be feature uppercut in defensive situation. This combination will show you how to use an uppercut to the body on a jab and cross combination. The following combination will feature a hook in attack as well as in defensive situation. The following combination will feature a jab and a hook in attack, and then bob and weave, and returning, hook to the body and hook to the face. Next combination, we'll see the swing. We're going to see now some combination using the kicks, starting with a fouette. Mark is going to give me a low fouette inside and a high fouette outside. I evade the first one, and on the second one, I just kick underneath. Next combination, we'll see a front or chassé in attack and how to defend on this front or chassé. On the following combination, we'll see how to use chassé frontal and lateral chassé on the low level on a punches attack. The following combination will feature front or reverse kick in attack as well as in defense. This combination will include lateral reverse kick, leg extended in attack, as well as in defense. On the following combination, you will see in attack how to use a reverse fouette. following combination, we'll see the last kind of reverse kick, the group one used in an attack combination. Following combination will feature a coup de pied bas in a punches combination. The last combination will use a sweep coup de pied bas in a defensive situation. Next drill is called ping pong. Like a ball is going back and forth, I will be doing some combination and Mark has to try to do exactly the same combination. So this is very good for your coordination. For this drill, the leading partner starts by using simple combinations, attacking various levels and targets of the opponent, eventually working his way up to delivering more complex combinations. The defensive partner has the more difficult task of defending his partner's attacks, while at the same time memorizing and then returning the same combination. On offense, your goal is to deliver as many different techniques as possible, while still maintaining good form and fluid movements. This will help develop the coordination between your hands and feet. Because the defensive partner never knows what combination his opponent may be delivering, he must be alert in order to remember, then repeat each combination. As the combinations become more difficult, so does the task of remembering and returning the same combination. If the defender cannot remember a technique from the combination, he should replace it with a technique of his own, always maintaining good form and fluid movements. In this section, we will perform control sparring by isolating the tools previously taught. By focusing on certain techniques, you learn to develop them more fully, both offensively and defensively. You learn to work within the limited space of the ring and get used to actual contact. Remember, you should always wear protective gear, such as mouthpiece, groin protector, shin pads, and headgear when sparring. In this round, I will only be using low-line kicks, while Mark is restricted to punching attacks. The kicker has an obvious range advantage over the puncher, and he develops the ability to control his opponent's entry. The puncher learns to overcome the range disadvantage through timing and counter attacks. Notice that Mark puts a lot of weight on his leading leg. This should be your favorite target. Always look for your opponent's weakness and use it as the focus of your attack. Here, I've let Mark gain in punching range and I've lost my advantage. My kick has no effect on him and he easily follows up with combinations. You can see how my kicks are keeping Mark out of range where he can punch effectively. As long as I keep Mark backing up, I have control of the space in the ring and can use my reach advantage. But when Mark backs me up, he's able to force us into punching range where he's obviously in control. In this round, I am only allowed to use middle and high-level kicks. Mark is restricted to only low-line kicks. I had the advantage of having more targets to fire at, but my supporting leg is an easy target for Mark to counter-attack. My strategy is to mix up my kicks as much as possible and keep him off balance. Mark's best move is to wait for my circular kicks, which are easier to get inside of and attack the supporting leg. Notice that I am using as many of the kicks as possible. In round 3, we are both restricted to using only kicks. Since I am taller, I have the advantage over Mark. Mark must use his combinations and counter-attacks to overcome this disadvantage. These are only three possibilities of progressive sparring. When incorporating progressive sparring into your training routine, be sure that you have a specific goal in mind. If you have an upcoming match, find out your opponent's strong points and have a sparring partner isolate these attacks. If you have weak points in your own skills, isolate those, both offensively and defensively. This training session is where you have the opportunity to test all your skills. Now is the time to express yourself and use the techniques you feel most comfortable with. The idea is to have fun, but still try your best to win each round. But for safety, you still want to use control. Try to size up your partner's skills and develop a strategy to neutralize his strong points while attacking his weak points. I'm trying to initiate the action by striking first with my kicks and using my reach advantage. You can see that as long as I stay in the center of the ring and keep Mark backing up and off balance, I am in control. Mark needs to put more pressure on me and force me out of the center where he can follow up with his strong punching skills. Savate is all about movement and distance. You must always work toward being in the best possible range to apply your strongest techniques. You should always be looking for opportunities to deliver combinations to your opponent. The first part of a combination distracts your opponent, allowing you to follow up with a strong finishing blow.